ask you now, over the years, in my selective reading of your work, over the years you have been critical of the movement that was perhaps more prominent in the early days of second wave feminism, to argue that women and men are more same than different. That is, to minimize sex differences as a way of furthering a feminist agenda.
Right.
Can you comment on that at this point? Now, I mean, this is a debate that goes, I think, cyclically, always, and there's always proponents of all of these views. What's your assessment at this point of that long-standing kind of debate?
Right. I think feminism has had, both the minimizing and maximizing, as other people have said. So there's the minimizing and liberal feminism, that we're all the same, we all have the same opportunities, right, and we're all equal. But the maximizing is to say that women have special gifts, there's special skills, and women are different, and that should be celebrated. So we have both things in feminism. And I'm for neither one of those. I'm for accuracy.
Okay.
So I think that's the point of science, to provide answers that are less polemical. I do not believe in similarity because it's good for equality or good for feminism, or believe in difference because it's good for feminism or good for equality. But I think we should, as scientists, to do feminist science, try to give answers to similarity difference questions and other questions, but those are questions that a lot of people have been interested in, and then to deal with the implications, to try to work from that ground rather than from a more polemical ground.
How good a job do you think psychologists have been, feminist psychologists, I guess, in dealing with those implications? I mean, sometimes I think the tendency is, as scientists, to produce as accurate a picture of what's going on as one can, and then to leave the implications for other folks to kind of handle or deal with. So how do you think, have feminist psychologists been successful in dealing with some of the implications? How have they dealt with them? How have you dealt with them in your own work?
Implications. Yeah. The first thing is that, most work by feminist psychologists is not merely the statement of differences and or similarity, but it is and should be theory, framed in terms of theory. How would we understand any differences?
Right. That's what one would hope.
And that's the social role theory point. Don't be amazed that there's some differences. Instead, we're all doing the same thing, and we're in the same occupations. We don't have a segregated occupational structure or segregated division of labor in the family. So we shouldn't be surprised that there are differences. They are a product of understandable causal influences. So what are the consequences? Well, they tend to replicate the existing social structure. And so part of what one would do then is prescribe ways that the differences, to the extent they would prevent us from getting to where we would like to be as women toward equality, prescriptions for overcoming, or for using what might be seen as advantageous differences. And so how might they be played out in a way that helps produce equality?
Right.